The April Fool's joke between
Mhm.
Tom Arnold and Strahan. I remember watching that, and I was asking my dad, I'm like, "Is this real? Take me through that," because I was looking up and reading stuff. I don't know if everybody was in on it, and from what I read, I don't think everybody was. I would
No.
love to hear that story because that's an unbelievable
Yeah,
turn
it's
of
definitely a
events.
prank you'll wanna check out.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was in on it as the host, and our crew was in on it. Michael Strahan was not in on it. Rob Dibble was not in on it, and Rodney Peete was not in on it. And Tom was coming back to the show. He was no longer on the show. He was coming back as a guest who was getting ready to write a book and kind of a
yeah.
little bit of a tell-all book. And we took fake excerpts talking about how Rob Dibble, I don't even remember what it was, that he's got major anger management issues and all sorts of stuff. For Rodney Peete, it was, he's been riding the coattails of his Hollywood wife for years.
Whoa, that's tough.
And it was funny because Dibble and Rodney, like I had to keep reading the excerpts, and they're sitting across from me, and I have to keep a straight face. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you could see like their eyes just get larger and larger and the steam coming out of their head. But what really pissed them off was what Tom fictitiously wrote about Michael Strahan. I don't know if you remember this, but when Strahan was fighting for more money against the Giants and wasn't coming into training camp, Tiki Barber came out and said something
Right.
about it and got blasted in the media, which he should have been, because you don't ever talk about other people's money. And sure enough, Tom wrote about it in his little fake book.
And I also got great quotes in there from Tiki about you.
Tiki Barber, right?
Tiki Barber.
Like what?
Not a team player.
Okay.
That you got $2 million per sack.
Strahan and Tom start pointing fingers at each other.
Right.
And Rodney and Dibbs were like, yeah, you can't write that about a dude when it comes to his money. That's his livelihood, Tom. We don't care what you say about us, but you're talking about that, and that's wrong. And Strahan starts doing this, and Tom starts poking back, and then Tom pops him in his face, and they start fighting.
You said it to me.
You get to figure out how to say it.
If you had said
Shoulder. Oh. Hold on.
And I was like, what the hell is going on here? And they pile over, and Strahan gets up after about 30 seconds because Rodney and Dibble got in the middle of it and start punching Tom in the ribs. And Strahan pops up and goes, April Fools. So what had happened was the night before, Tom had called Strahan and said, hey, listen, they're bringing me back. It's this fake book. I'm going to say some shitty things about Rodney and Dibble and you, and I want you to get really mad. I don't think Tom felt like he was going to get attacked physically by Strahan, and he certainly didn't expect Dibble and Rodney to get their shots in on the ribs.
Oh, my
but
God.
It played to perfection. Go watch it, and go watch my face as Strahan gets taken down, because I am terrified.
Hold on. I know you just watched that video. It's pretty good because you watched the whole thing. You made it this far. Just click that subscribe button. It's not that hard. I know you watched some other things, but was it as good as this? I don't think so, since you watched the whole thing. You enjoyed it. I know you did. You're nodding your head right now, and it's like, yeah, I enjoyed it, Taylor. I like it. I want to watch more. Click the button.